everyone. This is not something I plan to do today or any day soon, to tell you the truth. It is Tuesday, I guess the 28th or something. Yeah, the 28th of August. And I'm doing this only because, one, I wanted people to see what I look like and to hear about what I feel like and what I'm going through. I got on here just a little while ago, probably an hour, and I had a remark, which is good, on my last video of talking about mental hospitals, which was done quite some time ago. And this person, I'm not slamming anybody, and I wouldn't dare. Not anybody that can relate to anything, like of any mental disorder of any kind, and the things that they've been through. This person, looks at me, probably never saw anything else but this video, and they think that I'm a functional human being. I'm functional, and I have probably no idea what it's like to lose your job, have PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, and talked about their depression, and that they were, of course, praising, medications and his doctors. It was a man. And I don't know how many of you know that much about me, what I've been through during my life, but I'm going to be 62, and by gosh, do I look every bit of that, and have, for a little while now, which you've seen me also where I look okay, and that's a rare occasion. And I'm posting on my site for the first time in, over a year. And I just want to say thank you again for all of you that have welcomed me back, with well wishes and, telling me you miss me and you wonder what happened to me, and you're so relieved and everything. That meant the world to me. But I just have to say this. I have spent the majority of my life knowing all these things, and I said since I was a child, I always knew there was something wrong. And like I said, 5 mental hospitals, 50, maybe more, doctors of every kind, psychologists, psychotherapists, counselors, groups, psychiatrists. I've been through the whole thing. not just the past couple of years, but since I was working and holding down a job. These things progress, and being on 7, sometimes more medications that I find impossible to keep up with, and that have the treatment for almost 10 years that been good. But then, like I said, this many meds for everything under the sun, everything mentally, has worsened everything. My disorders have come back full force. Being on these meds, trying to get off of them like I did last year, which I could not do. I could not get off, but I lowered them quite a bit. I've been managed in the past to get off some, but we're still at 7 here, and sometimes 8. I don't take everything unless it's an emergency, but the majority of my medications are at 7. The other ones are for health. I have nitroglycerin tablets. I'll add that. High blood pressure, cholesterol medicine that I've never taken, which will probably end up causing a stroke eventually, because my cholesterol is just out of this, just probably 300 by now, which is really, really bad. And so just last week I broke down in my doctor's office, just bawling. Now, I'd already told my husband. My sister already knows. My life has just continually declined, and being on a lower dose hasn't. It seemed like it was an improvement. The only improvement immediately was, of course, I thought it seemed like I felt better. Still couldn't do anything, much of anything, still can't. As a matter of fact, I've digressed so much that the other day was the first time I've taken a shower in I don't know how long. It's usually a bathing in the sink, and very seldom able to wash my hair, which I wasn't able to for a complete year, because I lost over half of my hair when I went through the withdrawals last year. I went through a lot of really bad things, and I had to buy a wig, because I have bags just crammed full of the hair. So it took months and months of treatments. I spent a half a year doing treatments to get the hair to stop falling out and breaking. It was so brittle. So this is all I have left of my own hair. And I think I've only colored it with a natural ingredient once, and I've been trying for the past month to do it again, because I hate the gray hair. But I have no makeup on. I'm very flushed because my temperature is either I'm burning up or I'm freezing And today, first of all, let me back up. I saw my doctor, confessed to her how I felt, how I've been feeling. You know what it's like? I meant, you're not thinking this because you want to think it. It just is there and never leaves you alone. Thinking about killing yourself 24/7. As long as I'm awake, the minute I wake up to the minute I go to bed. Because that's how bad things have got. I meant and you know, most of you know that has it been 3-4 years ago that I did almost successfully when I tried to take my life. And then I managed to come back after that and start functioning once again. After that mental hospital put me in the ER, which I almost died because of the withdrawals they put me through when they jerked me off of my benzos and my antidepressant. You know, after 3 weeks I was convulsing so seriously that the ER doctor told my husband that yes, these can kill you. These are withdrawal seizures, and you can't just take people off of medications like that because it's like coming off of heroin. So I should have done something about that psychiatrist and that hospital, but I did not, because it's just so much to go through. But ever since, you know, being on so many drugs, you know, I've had so many health problems, and serious ones at that, that it has kept me homebound and chairbound. And I dread every morning. I dread every single day. And I got to a point where I just quit going to bed, quit taking my night medicine, and I'll stay up for as long as I can. Sometimes, most of the time, 2 days at a time. And this is constant. Just constant. And I've never known I know what severe depression is, manic depression, major depression is, but I've never been in a place where when I went to sleep and woke up that I would do anything just to keep sleeping through the day. I've never done that my whole entire life until this, you know, it started a few years ago, you know, until it just progressed to constant. You know, waking up and dreading every single day, looking for anything to try to get my mind to stop. My mind, you know, it's like my mind has a mind of its own. It's really I really hate doing this. I really do, but I want to stay in that state of being up and feeling good. And if I go to sleep and wake up, then I have to start all over again. So my doctor, knowing what's been going on, after all I've been through trying to lower that medication, now we're messing around with it, trying to figure out which one to hire, change it back to a higher. And I've been through this for most of my adult life, and I gotta say, this is the first time I've ever been able to come back. I've never come back. This is the first time. Everything that I try or look for alternatives, there isn't any. There just isn't any. I've been through everything you could think of. I'm at every drug, psychiatrists, counselors, groups, hospitals, continually. And you find yourself just keep fighting to do something during the day. And this is what it's like right now, all the time. And you don't if you see me, I'm posting on Facebook, or maybe talk to y'all, or it's because I haven't been to bed. They say I have bipolar, but there's so many different degrees and different kinds. It's different for everybody. I'm never get to stay in that manic, up, euphoric state, unless I don't go to bed. Other than that, this is where I am all the time, day in and day out. I'm scared for the simple reason that I've been everywhere, I've done everything, tried everything. I don't have any control over this or any of it. I am a prisoner of these medications. My husband, if I wasn't here, he couldn't do anything. He's lost without me. All the animals that I take care of would die. They would die because they've depended on me for food for the last few years. And my husband works and he doesn't know how to take care of animals. even my one cat baby. So, where does that leave a person? It leaves me right where I'm at. You know, the sleeping thing is not something I can just get a handle on, because when I get in that euphoric state, that's where I want to stay. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. A person's body and mind has to have sleep. And then the flip side of that is just way too much sleep. So it's just a continual thing. I did answer back that person, and my last few words weren't good, but they were truthful. It's something you don't want to say to anybody. But people think it's so friggin' selfish to feel this way or think these things. I'll tell you what, sometimes I've told my husband or my sister, or I can't tell my animals that, but actually it's selfish of them. It's selfish of the world. It's that they cling to you, that they need you so badly. I mean, there's so many people out there wish they had that. Yes, I understand that. Yes, I understand that. There isn't anything I don't understand. But life, for me, I want it. I want it. I want some kind of normal, whatever that may be. Some kind of routine, some kind of... There's nowhere to go to get that, though. That's just not going to happen. Because everything is treated with meds, drugs. It's a drug world, period. And like I said in that video, you've got to be a doggone millionaire. You got to be somebody with money to be able to afford the best care that's offered in this country. Otherwise, you're going to get the same old thing over and over again. It's all about money, and it's all about drugs. Just warm up a bed for 7 days and then move the next one in. Collect the insurance. Why do you think that suicide is the #1 killer in our country? And it's at its ultimate high the past year. It is staggering. Homicides cannot even catch up to the number of suicides. People taking their lives. And you want to know the majority of these people that try or that do? are people with mental illness, mental disorders. You know, some people think that you have to be like this for years to end up like that, but you don't. You can read the paper all the time. You can read stories. Young people, family, friends have no idea. I mean, you just never know. Anyway, I wish this person would see this. I really wish they would. Because I was many times over through my years of where they are good, functioning, happy. And no matter when I ended up bad, I always came back. Always. I never left a mental hospital better than I was. I always left worse than I was. And that is the God honest truth. And if it wasn't for my doctors in the past and some of the ER saving me every time, helping me back, you know, I wouldn't have the wonderful life that I've been able to live and have, you know, despite all that. But this time, God help me, have mercy on my soul, because I don't want this. I just don't want it. I really don't. I just don't know what else to say, but I just had to do this. This is the hardest and the worst video I've ever done in my whole freaking life. And I'm not looking forward to anybody seeing or hearing this, because it's really pathetic. I don't feel sorry for myself. I feel sorry for everyone else out there. I feel sorry for my husband and my sister. I feel sorry for my animals. I feel sorry for anyone. Everyone that suffers. Whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be this. It's just suffering. Never ending suffering. I don't understand why God doesn't just let me come home. I don't. I really don't. I just don't. That's all I can say. I can't say anymore. If it wasn't for prayers, and I know, and for my Lord, I would be here still. I just don't know about each day. I really just don't know I just don't. It's like I told my doctor, I can't make anybody any promises. I cannot. I cannot, because I have no clue. I have no idea about 1 minute to the next. Tonight, in the morning, anything. I just don't. So, with that, I just want to say I just appreciate all of you, and that this video, I don't know, am I helping anybody? I haven't a clue. Sorry about that. That happens all the time. Like I said, I don't know. I'm just doing this. I don't even know if got the nerve, even after I watch this, probably could be very hard, even for myself, to see this. Oh, but this is life. This is my life, and this is the way it is. You know, I've been try to be open and, you know, hoping that doing those withdrawals, you know, might be helpful, might raise money for the organization. And this one here is just, you know, for any of my friends out there, and I know that there are many, even if this is Facebook, that this is me. Okay? So when you see me on there, you know that I probably haven't went to bed and I'm in that euphoric state. And it's okay. But this state is when I disappear. So just wanted you to know that. With my love and my thanks to you, anybody that sees this, my husband and my sister. I love y'all. And I just thank you for your prayers, and please don't stop. That's all I could ask for. Okay? Alright. Bye-bye.